Mr. Hickok. My name is Harold Hine. This other gentleman is Mr. Roy Church. We're special agents of the Kansas Bureau of Investigation. We've come here to discuss your parole violations. Of course, you're under no obligation to answer our questions. Anything you say may be used against you or evidence. You're entitled to a lawyer. We'll use no force, make no threats, make no promises.
I know the form.
And Mr. Hickok.
Please, Dick.
Dick. We want to talk to you about your activities since your parole. To our knowledge, you've gone on at least 2 big check sprees in the Kansas City area.
Burn on November 20th, you're doing swell, and then you start hanging paper all over Kansas, Texas, and New Mexico, and you're here to lovely Las Vegas. Why?
That'd make a book. You guys got a light? Perry Smith, my buddy, Perry Smith, he was paroled in spring. Later on, thanks. Later on, when I came out, he sent me a letter. Postmarked Idaho. He wrote reminding me of this deal we used to talk over about Mexico. The idea was we would go to Acapulco, or one of them places, buy a fishing boat and run it ourselves. Take tourists deep-sea fishing.
This boat, how did you plan to pay for it?
I'm coming to that. See, Perry wrote me he had a sister living in Fort Scott, and she was holding some heavy change for him, several $1,000s.
And the 2 of you would use it to buy a boat.
Correct.
But it didn't work out that way.
What happened was Perry showed up maybe a month later. I met him at a bus station in Kansas City.
When? The day of the week?
Thursday.
And when did you go to Fort Scott?
Saturday?
November 14th. What time did you leave for Fort Scott?
That afternoon. We did some work on my car, had a bowl of chili at the West Side Cafe. It must have been around 3.
Around 3. Was Perry Smith's sister expecting you?
No, because see, Perry lost her address, and she didn't have a telephone.
Then how did you expect to find her?
By inquiring at the post office.
Did you?
Perry did. They said she moved away to, Oregon, they thought, but she hadn't left any forwarding address.
Must have been quite a blow after you've been counting on a big piece of money like that.
Yeah, well, we definitely decided we were going to Mexico, otherwise I never would have cashed them checks. But I hope... Hey, now listen to me, I'm telling you the truth. I thought once we got to Mexico and began making money, then I'd be able to pay him off, the checks.
1 minute, Dick. I'd like to hear a little more about this trip to Fort Scott. When you found Smith's sister no longer there, what did you do then?
Walked around, had a beer, drove back.
You mean you went home?
No, to Kansas City. I dropped Perry off at the hotel where he was living. I'd say that was around 11.
On the day following the check spree, that'd be the 21st. You and your friend Smith disappeared. What were your movements between then and your arrest here in Las Vegas? Just a rough idea will do.
A little bit of everything, I guess. We just drove and we'd stop in town to get a drink or a night's rest or something. In El Paso, we met a couple of girls. Nice ones. Mexican ones.
And then this, and then that, and then these girls, and those girls, and this town, and that joint, and blah, blah, blah. Right? Right, Dick? And I guess you know why we're here. I guess you realize we wouldn't have come all the way to Nevada just to chat with a couple of 2-bit check chiselers.
Now would we, Dick?
What?
Come this far to talk about a bunch of checks.
I can't think of any other reason.
Tell me, Dick, you heard of the Clutter murder case?
Whoa, I said, whoa, listen, I'm no goddamn killer.
The question asked was whether you'd heard of the Clutter murders.
I may have read something.
A vicious crime. Vicious. Cowardly.
And almost perfect. Well, you made 2 mistakes, Dick. One was you left a witness, a living witness, who will testify in court, who will stand in the witness box, tell a jury how Richard Koch and Perry Smith bound and gagged and slaughtered 4 helpless people.
Living witness? There can't be!
Because you thought you got rid of everyone.
I said, whoa, listen, there ain't nobody can connect me with any goddamn murder. Checks, a little petty thievery, but I'm no killer.
Then why have you been lying to us?
I've been telling you the goddamn truth.
Now and then, not always. For instance, what about Saturday the 14th? You said you drove to Fort Scott.
Yes.
And when you got there, you went to the post office
Yes.
to obtain the address of Perry Smith's sister.
That's right.
Perry Smith has no sister living in Fort Scott. He never has had. And on the Saturday afternoons, the Fort Scott post office happens to be closed. Think it over, Dick. That's all for now.
We end.